So all these wrestlers got released from WWE in the last 24 hours. And there's a couple of them that really sting for me personally. The major one for me is Braun Strowman. Now, let me tell you a little story. Like Braun Strowman, I have like a connection with him personally. I mean, I've never met him or anything like that, but back in the indies, one of the last things I did for a show was me and my tag team partner were doing this gimmick where I had faced one of my trainers in a match, and he gave me, let's say, a concussion or major head trauma. And for the following shows, for the following couple months, I would think I was a different wrestler or a different gimmick every single show. And that first one we did, I thought I was Braun Strowman. So my tag team partner just rolled with the flow in the behind the scenes stuff. There's footage of this somewhere. Someone uploaded it, I hope on YouTube. I hope it's out there somewhere, because we did promos and stuff and it was pretty funny. And I had my big epic beard. I came out, acted like Braun Strowman and everything. And he came out like Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend Bray Wyatt, but the Firefly Bray Wyatt. And we just came out with their music. When the music hit, the crowd popped because they thought we got we got the Wyatt family, and like, no, we did not get the Wyatt family. That would have been awesome, getting the Wyatt family at an indie show. But then they saw us, and we were instantly like, the crowd went silent for a second, and they saw us, and they're like, boo, and they were like, you suck, and it was pretty funny. And then you could hear laughters in the background because it was, I mean, let's face it, it was a goof gimmick. And it's one of the reasons why I left, because I was getting to that point where I was just going to be a goofball gimmick the whole time. You know how some wrestlers get stuck in the goofball gimmick and they can never get out of it? That's where I was heading in the indie scene, and I don't know, I just lost all passion to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it. The other wrestler that really stings to me and is, well, it's more of a shocking thing, is Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler always helps promote the games. Now, is she not allowed to be on Xavier Woods' channel on Up Up Down Down to play the game next year? Maybe they don't want her associated with the game. Maybe she could do other things not related to the game, because I know they play other games on that channel, but mostly they play 2K. So I'm very curious what that'll look like for 2K26. Like, can she be there to self-promote whatever the heck she's doing next? Or will she end up being in other wrestling games, which is where this topic concerns us. So this is a wrestling game channel, and I wanted to talk about this because there's some big stars here that games like Ultra Pro Wrestling, The Wrestling Code, Neckbreakers, or anybody else making a wrestling game that we don't know about should reach out to these wrestlers. I really hope that Ultra Pro Wrestling in particular, because we know more about that game, well, to me personally, because of the Creation Suite, I'm looking more forward towards that. We don't know anything about the Creation Suite for the Wrestling Code. They haven't shown it at all. They've just shown wrestling renders, and they've shown, they've shown actual in-ring stuff, like a tech demo. But we know, like I said, we know more about the Ultra Pro Wrestling's feature set. I'll just put it that way. So these wrestlers, I really hope, at least some of them, make it to Ultra Pro Wrestling. So if Ultra Pro Wrestling devs, Sam, if you're listening, please reach out to Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler. I mean, all of these people. The biggest one for me would be Braun Strowman. Shayna Baszler would probably be a huge help to promote the game whenever it comes out, because she's had experience with that, with Up Up Down Down and all that stuff. I'm curious if Up Up Down Down is allowed. I mean, he could probably do whatever he wants, but since he works with WWE, and I almost guarantee you, I don't think he ever played AEW because it was a rival promotion on his channel. I'm sure he played it off screen. But can he play Ultra Pro Wrestling? Can he play the Wrestling Code? Or is there some legal thing like conflict of interest that'll face if he tries to play Ultra Pro Wrestling on his Up Up Down Down channel, or if he tries to play the Wrestling Code if it ever comes out? I'm gonna say if for that one, because I still don't know about that one. It's been a long time. And then another thing I wanted to talk about, other than just these wrestlers being laid off, is the state of the gaming industry. Like, Maximilian Dood the guy who covers fighting games. He's literally like the fighting game guru. I would consider him the Bruce Lee of fighting games as far as like content is concerned. He brought up an interesting point in one of his videos talking about how it's super hard for fighting games, new fighting games, to get fans in the door, right? And if the cost of fighting games goes way up, they're going to have to either be fully feature complete, like have arcade mode, a story mode, character creation, literally everything that like a Tekken 8 has, or the new Street Fighter 6 has. The Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 have so much content that you don't have to just play online. You can play in the story mode, you could customize your characters in Tekken. Street Fighter as a character creator, I love the Street Fighter story mode. I didn't play through the whole thing on this channel, but I did play through some of it, and I think I showed off the ending too. I love the Street Fighter 6 story mode game. I didn't play hardly anything online. The most I played online was on Dub's channel. Shout outs to Mr. Dubs. He booked my ass for about however long the stream was. But yeah, it was still fun because I was playing with somebody I knew, not some randoms online that were just being jackasses. It was just Mr. Dubs. Nah, I'm kidding. Shout outs to Mr. Dubs. Anyway, so I'm really worried about wrestling games because they face a similar situation. If they come out and the cost of games go way up, because let's face it, we're in the game crash category right now, or scenario right now. So let's say hypothetically Ultra Pro Wrestling comes out and it's $60-$80 right off the gate. Now I know it's going to launch in early access, so it'll have a cheaper price point and they'll probably only be on Steam. But what if, let's say, like I said, hypothetically, when it finally launches the PlayStation 5 or 6 or the Switch 2, the new Xbox, whatever the hell Xbox is mainline, are we going to end up paying $80 for Ultra Pro Wrestling? I don't think they'd do that, but who knows? They might have to make up the cost of making the game. The Wrestling Code, when or if it ever comes out, will that be an $80 wrestling game? And without the WWE branding, will anybody buy it? You see what I'm saying here? Like, I'm not trying to knock on these games because, you know, they're not out yet and they're being made by a fraction of the people that make the WWE game. But I'm extremely worried that the adoption rate won't be very high, and that'll just kill these games out the gate, and we'll still be stuck with one wrestling game. I don't hate it. It's just, it's been the only wrestling game in town for so long. We need something different. And AEW tried to do that, but unfortunately, they didn't live up to what everybody's expectations were. So another thing, bringing up WWE 2K, that game could be $200 to $250 next year for the creme de la creme version of the game. The base game could be $100 if this tariff thing sticks out. And I'm mostly talking about the US, I don't know in other regions, but if the tariffs stick, the WWE games might go only digital, because this year they only have the standard edition as physical, and even then, with all the patches and updates, I don't know why you would buy it physical anymore, because nothing's on the disc really. They have so many patches and updates and DLC, it kind of defeats the purpose of owning the WWE games physically. Sure, when they shut down the game and shut off the servers, you can just go play the disc, right? But as long as it's on your account, so far they haven't removed it from anybody's account. If they start removing the games, older games, from people's accounts, I'm done. I'm not buying them. I'm not supporting that practice ever. So anyway, how do you feel, or what is the maximum price that you would pay for the Ultimate Edition, the highest tier edition, the Blood Money Edition, if you will, for WWE 2K26? Because I have a feeling it's going to be the most expensive wrestling game ever made, without like a big collector's box or anything. Like, I want to say the last one that have an actually collector's edition was, I think, 2K20. I forget what it came with, but it had a big box, and I think it might have been like $150 or something, or $100. We're not even going to get any physical stuff. It's just going to be a digital game for $250 that only lasts for a year. That's crazy to me. Now that sticker shock wouldn't be so bad if the game lasted for a couple of years or 3 years, 4 years, because then you're investing in something you're going to be playing for years to come, not just sometimes not even a year. You basically play it probably for about 6 months. And well, let's be realistic here. Most of us play it for about a month or two. We do everything we can in the game, and then we come back for each DLC just to check it out, and then we move on. So honestly, you're paying $250 for a game you play for a month. Now, some of us love to create wrestlers. They love to create content off the game. I apologize. I've been pretty lacking on that. I've been trying to jumpstart my next channel, the Switch 2 channel. I've been having a lot of fun just talking about Switch games. I got about 5 videos up. It's not going well, but it is what it is. There's so many people that cover the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 and Nintendo in general. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but I'll just keep plugging along and see what happens. So anyway, there's going to be more content on this channel. I'm not giving it up. I'm not taking a break or nothing. I'm just, like I said, trying to run 3 channels now. And my old channel, it's basically an Ark channel, Ark survival channel, but I try to cover Power World and Pokemon and kind of stuff like that on there. Monster, survival games, stuff like that. And it's also a how-to channel. I mean, it gets views, it's getting subscribers, and I've barely made any content on it for the last 2 years. So shout outs to you guys for sticking around. Anyway, so how do you feel about all this stuff? Make sure you check out it's called Switch Strizer. It's down in the link in the description down below. And as always, stay frosty. Things aren't looking good.